When we are looking for some information, the most common thing which we do is we go into one of the search engines like Google and Bing and we try to search the information. Well, because we have a huge amount of data all the time, getting a particular data in a specific format is something which is easiestly done with the help of searches. And I'm sure you all agree with me on this. Now, today we are going to see one of the service which is exactly doing same but with your organizational data. Hi guys, my name is Maruti and I'm back with another Azure AI service. And today we are going to focus on Azure AI Search service. Basically, this concept is connected with something called knowledge mining, but that concept of knowledge mining is something which is not very popular, or even Azure AI service is one of the most underrated service because most of the organizations are actually going to need this thing sooner or later. Because sooner or later, most of the organizations are going to need it, but they just don't realize it right now. Let's see what is this Azure AI Search service. So let's explore what is this Azure AI Search service. But before that, we need to understand the concept of knowledge mining. So what is knowledge mining? Well, the scenario comes from this, that let's say you have an organization where you always have a lot of content. So again, we have information overload, we have a lot of content, and most of the time in organization specific case, this data is actually locked away in documents, PDFs, sometimes even handwritten notes. Your data can be a digital, or maybe your data is a physical document. Well, when you have this kind of data, getting a proper information from this kind of documents is time consuming, labor intensive, and sometimes is even impossible without a proper mechanism. That's the reason where we have a concept called knowledge mining. This knowledge mining is going to make sure that not only you can combine the whole bunch of data from your organizational knowledge base, but you can also search them easily. You can generate dashboards, KPIs, where you can actually get the insights from this data. You can apply this data into your business applications. You can actually connect this data with your AI search bots, and then it can give answers based on your questions. Well, there are many use cases where knowledge mining can be useful, but if you want to do knowledge mining, you have to understand how exactly this is going to work and how Azure AI Search service is going to help you in that. So let's check this out. Azure AI Search solutions are actually divided into three different steps. Obviously, the first step is you have to ingest your data. In case of ingestion of the data, you have to provide your data in a digital format. Maybe you have a physical documents, then you have to scan them and you have to upload that, and you have to ingest the data into some kind of a data store. Because your data can be structured, unstructured, or semi-structured in any format, the most suitable data storage for this can be a database like Cosmos DB, or it can be your blob storage account, or it can be a data lake where you have a huge amount of data which is stored. Whichever data ingestion or data storage mechanism your organization is choosing, the first step is always going to be data ingestion. Once data ingestion is done, the next step is going to be AI enrichment and indexing. And this is where your Azure AI Search service is going to play a very important role. In this case, this is going to allow AI to enable a deeper understanding of whatever information which is stored inside those documents. If your documents are multilingual, your AI skill sets can help you to convert those language into your natural language. It is also going to help you to extract information from charts, graphs, images, and then with the help of technologies like OCR, you can take that image content and then you can actually derive some meaningful insights from that. It's going to help you to apply all your Azure AI services like Azure AI Vision service, natural language processing service, or maybe your translation services. All of this are going to be helping you to do this thing called AI enrichment. This AI enrichment pipeline is what we are going to set up today in our step-by-step lab. But once you have this kind of AI enrichment pipeline, which is going to generate some kind of data, that data we have to convert into a proper index. I hope you know the concept of index, because anytime when you want to search the content, searchable content is going to be retrieved very quickly with the help of indexes. And that's the reason Azure AI service is having an indexer, which is going to help you to configure your index configuration and then your data will be organized in a proper index which you can easily search. Once you have indexed data, the next thing is you have to explore the data with the help of a searching mechanism. Yes, we have a search which will be performed on indexes. You will get the result in the JSON format, and then once you have a data in JSON, you can actually associate that with your further analytical services, or you can actually associate that with the dashboard kind of a services like Power BI or some other services. Now, all of these things looks complex, but when you're going to do this thing, you have to focus on these three steps. First one is data ingestion, where we need some kind of a storage. Second one is AI enrichment and indexing, where we need Azure AI service with obviously Azure AI Search service, because Azure AI Search service is going to use Azure AI services. And then finally, we need to associate the search which is going to help you to explore your data. Now we are going to see this whole process in today's lab. So let's get started with that. I am in my Azure portal, and the first thing which I'm going to do is, as usual, I'm going to click on create resource. I have to create three different services right now. The first service which I'm going to create is Azure AI Search service. So I'm going to select Azure AI Search. And when I search for AI Search, it's going to take me to the marketplace screen. I'm getting Azure AI Search service here, which is by Microsoft. I'll click on create. I'm going to choose a new resource group, which is AI-900 RG. This is going to be the name of my resource group. In the search service name, I'm going to use a unique number for all the resources which I'm going to create today. So I'm going to say this is Maruti SRCH search service. And then I'm going to put a number which is going to be 2025 because this is 2025. So I'm choosing this. In the location, I have to be very specifically choose East US2 because all the services which I want to provision today, I want to use same region for that. So this is a first service, which is a search service. I'm choosing East US2. In the pricing tier, I do not want to go with the standard because it's going to be an expensive one. So I will go with basic and I'm going to click on select. Basic search is going to give me 15 gigabytes per partition kind of a thing, and maximum 3 replicas and 3 partitions and maximum 9 search units. I think this is more than enough for this particular lab. I'm going to click on next. I think I don't need to change anything in the scale. It's showing me the per month cost, but anyhow, I'm not going to keep this thing permanently for 1 month. So I'm okay with all this configuration. I'll click on review plus create. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure Cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. And if the validation is passed, we'll click on create, which is going to create our first search service. Now, while this deployment is going on, I'm going to open my Azure portal in the separate tab. Yes, in this particular demo, I'm going to use multiple tabs, so please do not get confused. This is our first tab where we have just created Azure AI Search service. It's still deployment is in progress. Now I'm in my second tab, and in this case, I'm going to search for Azure AI service. Now, if you check here, when I click on AI plus machine learning, we have Azure AI services. This is a multi-service account, which I'm going to create right now. So I'll click on create. Resource group will be same. Location is also going to be same. Name, I'm giving Maruti AI SVC, AI service with the number 2025. And the pricing tier for this is going to be standard. Yes, I agree with the responsible AI guidelines. And I'm going to click on review plus create. So these are all basic provisioning which we are doing. We are not doing much customization inside this right now. And I'll click on create. My first deployment is actually completed right now, which is my search service. My second deployment is going on, which is actually AI service. And if this one is going on, I'll open the third tab in which I'm going to open Azure portal. And this is where I'm going to create my storage account. Okay, in the third tab, I'm going to search for storage account. I'm choosing a storage account service. We'll again go with the same resource group. Storage account name is going to be Maruti Storage SVC with some number, and East US2 will be location. Primary service, we are just going to go with Gen 2 kind of a storage, and redundancy, I want to go for LRS. I'm okay with all the configurations. I'll click on review plus create, and if the validations are passed, we'll click on create. The storage account deployment will be done very soon. Once this is done, as we have discussed, we are going to do step number 1, which is data ingestion. So obviously I need to have some kind of a data which should be available. Well, I have some data which is available from Microsoft Learn hands-on lab document. So you can find the lab document link in the description of this particular video. So you can just go through that and you'll get all the steps inside that, including this link from where you can get this particular data. My storage account deployment is completed. I'll click on go to resource. Under data storage, I'm going to click on containers. I am going to create a new container inside this. Let's say I'm giving a name of this coffee reviews. The anonymous access level right now is private. Now I do not want private access level, so I need to change this first. Let me just cancel this. I'll click on configuration, which is under settings. And then when I go there, just make sure you have one option here, which is allow blob anonymous access. If you enable this, then you'll have a public access enabled on your containers. And I want to do this thing as of now. So I'm just enabling this property, which is allow blob anonymous access. Then going back to containers, creating a new container with the name coffee reviews, and it's still not showing me the anonymous access level. This is a very common issue which happens. If this is still not showing you, all you have to do is refresh this browser page. Now, because Azure portal is a browser website, there are chances some configurations will not reflect immediately. This is a very common issue. And at that time, you have to make sure that you're just going to refresh it once. So this is how it is. I'm going to click on create container the third time. And I think this time I can not only give the name, I can also change the anonymous access level to container. Remember, container access level is very similar to public access. So any file which is available inside this will be accessible through the public URL. As of now, I do not want to take care of role-based access control or some other policy management for accessing this data. And that's the reason I'm just keeping it container level. Coffee reviews container is created, but I do not have any data inside this. So let's click on upload. I have a review folder with some 9 reviews in the Word document format. So you can see all these are docx file, and I'm just going to click on upload. All these reviews will be available inside my coffee reviews container in the blob format. Now, obviously, you can use any kind of data, whichever you have, but you can see right now we have multiple reviews here. The size of the file is also mentioned, so you can see that. And anytime if you want to review this particular data, you can just click on that particular data. You can click on edit section. Now, most of the time, if it is a text document, the edit section is going to show you the data associated with that. But because this is a Word document, it's not showing you the data inside this. But you can just download this, or you can just check it when it is downloaded. So I'm not able to edit right now. I'm not able to see that. But yes, we have a lot of reviews. And as I said, I am using an official content which is available on the step-by-step lab from Microsoft Learn website. So you should also try this particular data first, and then you can try with your own data. Now, once our data ingestion is done, let's talk about the second step, which is AI enrichment and indexing. For that, I have to go back to my search service. So far in this particular video, we have not configured Azure AI Search service. I am back in my tab where it is showing me that search service is successfully deployed, and now we are going to configure that. In this Azure AI Search service, I just want you to see a few things right now. Like in the left side where we have search management, we have a section for indexes and indexers. Now, when I click on any of this right now, because this is a newly created service, I won't have any indexes and I won't have any kind of indexers right now. So all these things are not configured because we do not have any kind of connections right now. It's a newly created Azure AI Search service. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on import data. So I'm clicking on overview tab, and the first thing which I'm doing is I'm going to click on import data. I want to import data from my storage account. It's asking me connect to your data is the first step of this wizard. And they're asking me where is your data source? Is it some existing data source you want to use, or you have something, a data coming from samples or Cosmos DB or blob storage? There are plenty of options which are available. Because we have a data in blob storage, I'm going to choose Azure Blob Storage, which is giving me another configurable options. They're asking me what will be the data source name. I'm giving a name, coffee customer data, data to extract, parsing mode, subscription, I do not want to change. In the connection string, I'm going to choose an existing connection string. And when we do this thing, it's going to help me to choose my connection string for my East US2 based storage account, which is this. In this storage account, this is the only container which we have. So I'm going to select this. So this is going to use my connection string. Coffee review is my container name. And if I want to specifically give some particular blob folder name here, I can do that. But we do not want, because we do not have any folders in that container. In the description, I'm just going to put simply reviews for 4th coffee shops. Now, this is something which is a simple description. I'll click on next, and this is a very important part of this wizard. The second step is the one which is going to help you to do AI enrichment. Basically, this is the one where you are going to add on your skills configuration in this. You can see if you do not want to add on it manually, this step is showing you optional. So you can actually keep it optional, and then it's going to be taken care automatically. But you have a section here which is attach Azure AI service, add enrichment, and then save enrichment to the knowledge store. These 3 steps are very, very important. I'm going to expand this Azure AI service. This is my service which I have selected. So I'm just going to choose this. Then I'm expanding AI enrichments. Under AI enrichments, it's asking me what kind of a skill set name you want to give. I am going to give a name of my skill set, that this is coffee skill set. I want to select the checkbox that yes, enable OCR and merge all the text into merge content field. This is actually going to extract the text information from the images, whichever is available in those Word documents. In the enrichment granularity level, I'm going to change to pages 5,000 characters chunk. So it's going to be helping me with multiple pages with that. And now we have a section where they're asking us to check items below required a field name. So you can see right now here, we have a cognitive skills which are available in this list. So you can extract people names, organization names, location names. Basically, this is something which is extracting the information from my existing content. So what kind of cognitive skills I have to choose, that's what I have to select. I am going to select that yes, I want to extract location names, key phrases. I want to detect the sentiment. I want to generate tags from the images. And I also want to generate captions from the images, because all these things are going to help me to search the relevant data. Now, the third and the final step, which is here, is save enrichment to a knowledge store. Now, this is going to help you to configure the knowledge store configuration with image projections, or maybe document specific table projections, or maybe blob projections. Now, these are the separate projection kind of configurations which you can do here. Basically, this is going to be your knowledge store, which can store data in a form of file or table or maybe blob. So I am going to select image projections, documents, as well as blob projections also with this. So I am going to select image projections and documents, where I have pages, key phrases, entities, image details, and image references. I do not want blob projections as of now. So these are the first 2 checkboxes which I'm doing. And when I'm doing this, it's asking me that where is your storage account? Which storage account connection string you want to associate here? Again, we are going to choose an existing connection. I'll choose my storage account, which is in East US2. I can use a different account also. I'm going to create a new container here, giving a name of this knowledge store. So this is my same storage account, but it's a new container. I want to keep this container data private. I'll click on create, and this newly created container, which is empty, I'm going to select that as my knowledge store. So this is a place where they are actually going to store the knowledge store specific data. Remember, coffee review is a container which is providing data. So that is the data which we have ingested. And this is going to be my knowledge store where my data which is generated based on the AI enrichment is going to be stored. I hope you're not getting confused with this. Let me click on next, which is going to take me to custom target index if I want to specify in that. Now at the end of this document, we have one section which is Azure Blob Projections. I want to tick mark this also, and then you can see automatically it is detecting that my knowledge store kind of a container will be selected with this. So that is coming with this, and we are actually providing all three projections type here. So file projection, table projections, and now blob projections are also going to be done in this. After this, all we can do is let's click on next, which is customize target index. First, I want to change the name of the index to coffee index because I'm giving similar kind of naming convention everywhere. And then below that, they're giving me an option where I can choose what kind of a field name I want for retrieval, for filtering, for sorting, for face table. So I have to tick mark those things, whichever I want to use for my searching or filtering kind of a thing. Alternatively, if I want to change the search mode, I can change it, but I'm not doing it right now. All I want to do is I just want to scroll down into this section where I can control what kind of things I want to use for sorting, filtering, and searching. I am going to select filterable tick mark in this content, and then same thing I'm going to do for all the other fields, which are locations, key phrases, sentiment, merge content, text, layout text, image tags, and image caption, because I want filtering also for all this. Everything else I'm not changing. I'm happy with this. So I'm going to click on next, create an indexer. As usual, the name of the indexer will be coffee indexer. I want to schedule this indexer once only. Now, suppose if you have a data which is continuously flowing in, and then maybe you have to rerun the indexer with a specific schedule, then you can decide this kind of a schedule, whether you want hourly, daily, or some kind of a custom schedule you want for that. I do not want any schedule because I'm not going to have a continuous flowing data in this ingestion of this cycle. So I'm okay with once. Let's expand the advanced options and make sure that it is actually showing you base 64 encoding keys are available for this. These encoding keys are going to make your indexing more efficient. So make sure this is selected here. And if everything else is fine, let's click on submit. Now this is going to run an indexer pipeline automatically. So your AI enrichment is actually going to happen when this particular pipeline execution is going on. You can see right now in the status of this service is showing you running. So basically AI search service is running. If I go into indexers right now, it's going to show me that my coffee indexer is actually available there, and the last run happened 26 seconds ago. It's showing me right now that 9 out of 9 documents are successfully indexed with this, and there are no errors as of now. Status of the indexer is success. If I go to indexes section, it's showing me that my coffee index is successfully created, but the document count inside that is showing me 0 because maybe my process is still not completed. It's just going on. This actually takes little time because it's going to take some time and then it's going to reflect it here. So you have to wait, and then you have to wait till this is showing you the proper document count with the proper data which is associated with that. So let's just wait for some time. Now, while this is going on, you can optionally go to indexer. You can click on your indexer name, which is this one, coffee indexer. And you can see it's showing you right now that this is actually right now showing you the execution which is going on. The duration for this is 12 seconds. You can click on refresh and it's going to show you whatever execution which is happening inside this. Now, obviously, this is something which is going to take time. So as I said, it's going to take time and you have to wait for this to complete and reflect it there. But yes, if you want to observe it, you can come here and you can check this. Now, let me go back to my AI service. I'll go back to indexes. Now in the coffee index is showing me document count is 9, which means that my all 9 documents are successfully associated with this index now. If that is the case, I am going to click on Overview tab. We have something called Search Explorer. The Search Explorer is a tool which is going to help you to search this content, which is part of your knowledge base. In the Search Explorer, I can directly type something in the search box and I can click on the search button, same like your search engine searching. But instead of that, we have an advanced section here, which is a view option, and I'll change the view to JSON view. JSON view is basically going to help me to customize this with my own parameters inside this. Let's say right now the default search is showing star, count equals to true. So I want to search the whole content which is available there. If I click on search, it's showing me right now that we got some kind of a data which is in the form of O data. Now, for your kind of information, O data is an open data protocol, and using that, this data is actually searched with this. We have a lengthy JSON document which is maybe having few hundred lines inside that, and it's showing me that the data results is coming. We have total count of the document which is 9. So it means that all 9 documents are successfully indexed with this. Now let me try a few things here in this search so that we can understand that how exactly we can deep into this particular data and we can get some desired search result from that. I'm changing this JSON and I'm saying that search locations Chicago. And then in that also I want to see the count true. Now in all these documents, it's going to search for the location Chicago. And you can see right now they're showing me that, okay, there are 3 documents which are found, which is actually having a location Chicago. The locations are Fourth Coffee, Chicago, and Illinois. Now, these are the 3 things which we got. They're also showing me key phrase which are extracted with this. So new drink theme, seasonal baked goods. Now, all these are those key phrases, the sentiment which are available on those reviews, the image tags which are available, everything is available this time. It's not going through all the documents, it's going through those 3 documents which are matching with my search. And let's say I want to do another search where I'm saying that I want you to search sentiment, which is negative. And if I click on search, out of those, they are saying, okay, there is only 1 document. We got 1 count where we have a sentiment which is negative. And why? Because it's showing you the sentiment and it's showing you the key phrases which are associated with that sentiment. It's showing you terrible experience, reviews, pastries, time. So maybe someone is actually talking about some negative reviews associated with that restaurant. And he's saying that today I was truly disappointed with how long I had to wait for the pastries. So this is a review which they have counted for a negative review, which is correct. So your sentiment analysis, your extraction of the name entities, all these things are happening and working because of the AI enrichment right now. Now, once we are done with this, let's do one final check on our knowledge store, because we know our knowledge store is created in that storage account. So let's go back to our storage account. And in this storage account, I'll go back to containers. I'll refresh it. We have a new knowledge store kind of a container which is available, which we have created as a part of this process. Now inside this, you can see all these multiple folders which are created here are actually also created with the help of this process. When I go inside this, mostly you're going to get your object projections and JSON files with that. You can click on these files, you can click on the edit option, and this data you'll be able to see here. So whatever is there in that particular file, you'll be able to see that thing here. And you can see it's actually showing you when exactly it got modified, whatever things which got used in this, and whatever content which is stored with that. So this is something which is your extracted knowledge store, which is used while you are searching that thing. Also, we got one additional container here. This is something which we have not created. It got created automatically with the help of this process. And this is something which is coffee skill set image projections. All the image projections are actually stored inside this. If I go inside one of the document folder inside this, it's showing me the data which is available with JPG extensions. Basically, these are those images which got extracted from your data. And if I click on edit option in this image, I can see those images which are available in this document. So this is how it is. You can click on the file, you can click on the edit, and you'll see that what image is actually available inside that. Now, all these images were actually part of this Word document, but they have extracted this. And obviously, somewhere in some images, if I have some text, that is also going to be extracted with the help of OCR. This whole process is super smooth. And because of this, this is what we call knowledge mining, because it's going to help you to extract the desired information, and then it's going to make you, and then it's going to serve it to you in a much more searchable manner. Not only that, as I told you earlier, if you want to associate this data with your dashboards kind of a tools like Power BI, or maybe you want to just associate this with some analytical service like Microsoft Fabric or Microsoft Synapse Analytics, you can easily do that. With this, I think we are done with this particular lab. So thank you so much. If you are watching this video till this particular end, it means that you're really interested in this particular topic. I'm glad that you like this thing. And if you like this video, please press that like button. Thank you so much. This is your friend Maruti. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.